chosen ones. You're probably gonna want to say this from now because Nati once said that this much truth was never meant to be put into one video. We are star seeds, pure consciousness, essence from the stars, our ancestors and the Akashic field, sent here like seeds carrying our original light to take root, grow, and expand the consciousness of the planet. That feeling that many of us have been having, like we don't quite fit, like we're homesick, but we can't name where home is. And that's because heaven isn't just one single place in the sky. It's your soul's true home's frequency. The realm that you naturally vibrate with. When your work here is done, you naturally ripen, complete your cycle, and then go back to where you naturally came from. So now think about the planets. They're not just random rocks floating in space. Each one of them is a different reality, different dimension, and different state of consciousness, matching our own inner energy centers. Like take Mars for example. Raw root energy, survival, force, conflict, chaos. This is what people are referring to as hell. It's dense, unrefined frequency. That heavy power often mislabeled as Satan, but it's not so much evil, it's just more unbalanced. And then Saturn, for example, to structure, boundaries, time, discipline. And then Jupiter being expansion, belief systems, and the rules and frameworks we build around our reality. And then Neptune being the veil, illusions, dreams, confusions, where truth gets hidden behind perception. And Uranus being air, freedom, and sudden breakthrough, and rising above all limits. I just see a bird fly past as well. I see a perfect example right there about the freedom that I'm trying to explain through Uranus, which is really rising above everything that's trying to keep you down. And then Venus being harmony, connection, the energy that softens density and brings unity. And then Mercury being communication and thought and the bridge between the outer worlds. And Pluto, deep transformation, the end of the old, release of what no longer serves, and rebirth into higher frequency. And then at the center of everything is the true sun. Think of it more like the main power switch in the wall. It's the universal heartbeat, the source of all life, the home frequency of our souls. And then solar energy being more like the extension lead, carrying that power directly towards us. It feeds our spirit and keeps us connected to who we truly are. But to every true power, there's always an inverted reflection. And that's where the black sun comes into. It's not life-giving light, it's the counterfeit frequency, the gravity of form, the fixed system that acts like a cage, the matrix. And it locks our consciousness inside the physical body, traps us in 3D and 4D perception, and makes us believe this material world is all there is. It feeds on separation, fear, and limitation. And this is exactly what keeps us bound. But originally, our spirit and body worked in perfect harmony, and we used to move freely between the frequencies and the worlds. Created from flow, never had to try to do anything, we just were. But then over time, that balance flipped. Disconnected from the true sun, plugged mostly into the black sun's frequency, locked into the form and told we was only fleshbound. And that's why so many of us wake up early, from questioning, feeling different, or even hardship that teaches us to shift awareness beyond the body. But that ability to step outside the physical is not a weakness. That's the thing we need to get. It's remembering our true nature, and that's why we feel targeted. It's like we can see the cage, and we know there's more, and now the veil is breaking. That intense heat you've been feeling recently. You've been saying for a while the old sun has been gone for a while, you know what I mean? But these new solar flares and this new heat that's been going on, I can tell you, it's been getting hot. And that's that solar energy from the true sun, returning its full power. Because for ages it was blocked. Density, manipulation, the black sun's hold, all numbing us to this high frequency. These are solar codes, DNA repair, consciousness upgrades. He's setting us back to our original blueprint. But we have to prepare because you can't run high power through a blocked wire. Let me tell you how. First, we need to cleanse the body. We need to cleanse the parasites. We need to cleanse the heavy metals and toxins. You can do this by using sweet wormwood, black walnut, cloves, chlorophyll, with pure water and light minimal rich foods. Because all of these make your vessel clear. And then next we need to prepare our mind. We need to drop that conditioned given brain. That 4D logic that says impossible and forces you to try shift into frequency mode. You don't try to create, you align. You don't try to leave the body, you remember that you were never bound in the first place. And then you need to prepare your spirit, reclaim your sovereignty, go into silence, strip away foreign energy and false beliefs. Vrabukie. When we pass, we just lose the vehicle. and shift back into frequency. We continue as pure frequency, and that state is available to us right now. And it all connects. We were all seeds that came through these realms to learn, experience, and showcase. And we're temporarily locked in the inverted frequency, the black sun. Now the true sun is turned back on, remembering who we are, breaking the trap, and making our way back home. I am Kingeso. Make sure you like, repost, share, comment, subscribe, and make sure you share this with someone. Share this with 5 people that need to hear this today. Yeah, I help people understand and understand who they truly are in this matrix and reality of life, and help them fully liberate themselves from all of the chains that was put on them when they first came into this reality. If you need any support, drop me a DM saying S Solution, and then we can tap in together. Chezen Adwa Ashe.